Okay, ladies, we are here. It is Wednesday Q&A. Hey, it's Heather Chauvin, wife, mother of 3 boys, former social worker, breadwinner, recovering hustler, and stage 4 cancer survivor. I'm not a fan of that term, by the way. Beyond all of these titles and labels, I'm a human being, just like you, attempting to navigate it all while feeling good. My goal on this podcast is to show you that you can live an energized, sustainable life both at home and in your work. It doesn't matter if you stay at home full-time, if you work from home, you're a CEO, a successful business owner, or trying to find some inspiration. On this show, I attempt to keep it real with stories, interviews, and random thoughts. This is not a business or career podcast, and it's not a parenting podcast. It's both and so much more. You will laugh. You may even cry. And you may even get a little frustrated with the truth you've been hiding from yourself. I believe all human behavior is a language, whether it's through your child's behavior, your health, or a relationship. And when we learn to listen instead of react, we begin to understand what it truly means to feel alive and in control. It's time to put your big girl pants on and find your brave. Let's go. All right, I have a good one for you today. I'm going to read it to you, and then I want you to know that you can send yours in to me as well. All you have to do is call or text 313-395-1055. That's 313-395-1055. It's an app that I use. It's called Unlisted. So yeah, text them in, call them in, send me your audio, and here we go. Okay, her question is, how much do you listen to your husband's opinion and advice? Things have fallen into place for me to pursue my PhD, and I feel strongly that I want to go for it. However, my partner is not supportive of the decision, and I am afraid that our relationship won't survive the stress of the doctorate degree. How do you balance your ambitions with your husband? This is such a good question. Okay, lots of insight here. So, I think her name is Courtney. Courtney, I am going to tell you that there is so much awesomeness inside of the question that you asked. How much do you listen to your husband's opinion and advice? So when we can make this into a general statement. How much do we listen to the outside world and their advice versus what we want? Interesting, right? I think this is the cultural epidemic of who do we need to be for the world versus who do we want to be? And I'm all about, harmony and alignment and all of that. But too often as women, we are sacrificing our needs, wants, and desires to please other people. There's something else that you said here, Courtney. I feel strongly that I want to go for it. Pay attention to that. I feel strongly that I want to go for my PhD. However, my husband is not very supportive, and I'm afraid that our relationship will not survive. Okay, amazing. So I wonder how that deeper conversation goes for you and your partner. My ambitions versus my relationships, my ambitions versus my life. This is my personal perspective. Who will I be if I don't say yes to this opportunity? Will I become angry and resentful? I think that's a really, really important question to ask. Who will I be if I don't say yes to this opportunity? Because when we are not living in alignment with our path, your body, your mind, your soul will tell you. It will say, stop, not this. And when we're gifted opportunities like this to jump into something that scares the shit out of us, of course it's going to kick up emotional stuff with other people. And too often, it could be the opposite. People are very supportive of our yeses. They're very supportive of our decisions to the point where they, too, are a people pleaser and they don't have an opinion. So I guarantee you, Courtney, that if you sat down with your husband and said, let's talk about this. Let's talk about why you are not supportive of my decision to going back to school. And really listen. Do your best to listen to your partner and ask him or her, I'm just making this a general statement now, of why they are not supportive. This is not an argument. There's absolutely no need to argue, right? You're just very curious. And write it down. Be like, can I write down your thoughts, right? Well, I'm already stressed out enough at home, and then we're going to have to worry about the kids, and then we have to get this and this and this. So it might just be them saying no, 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 because they're already overwhelmed as is, and they're projecting that onto you. So this gives you an opportunity to listen to their behavior as an opportunity for growth. So sometimes when I'm going for what I want in my life and I'm consulting with my partner, my husband, other people who are going to be affected by my decision, I talk to them first about it. And I honestly ask them, like, is there anything that's going to get in the way? Is there anything that's like triggering you? Anything that's nudging you? And sometimes it might be like, I won't have the capacity to take this on. And then we say, great, what systems or strategies do we need to put into place to make sure that this is sustainable for everybody? So that's another conversation that you can have. So example, my husband works within my company now, but previously he had a 9-to-5 job, and then he left his 9-to-5 job. We started some other businesses. And so now he solely supports me in this. And then we kind of like work on other things on the side as well. But I'm always asking him, what do you need? What do you need? Right? Because I'm the one that's going for my dreams, doing what I want to do. And there are many things that he will say, I want to do this or I want to do that. And I'm like, awesome. How can we make that happen? So know that my ambitions also give other people the opportunity to go after their ambitions. And it's not that I am unwilling to sacrifice anything. It is that I think everyone needs to over-communicate their feelings and any roadblocks that come up. And this is not a one-and-done conversation. So just because he's not supportive now doesn't mean he's not supportive. It could mean that he needs further clarification, or maybe it's kicking up his fears, right? So just be willing to have those conversations. And a great way to start those conversations are, okay, honey, I really, really want to do this. And I know that you have other thoughts. The intention for this conversation is not to get in an argument or for me not to convince you why you should be supportive. I value your opinion. I'm curious what is stopping you from being able to fully support me. So for the next 5 minutes, I am going to keep my mouth shut. I am not going to defend myself. I'm going to listen to what you say. And then he will say blah, 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 blah. And then you say, what I heard you say is, you are afraid that we won't be able to financially support this. You're afraid that our relationship will become disconnected. Did I hear that correctly? And then when you get that feedback and data from him, then you can begin to strategize. Okay, cool. If this is a fear, what do we need to implement in order to create this consistency and sustainability and momentum in this area? But what I want you to know, Courtney, is that by saying no to something that your soul is craving, your desire over and over and over again, it doesn't benefit anybody in the long term. Because you will eventually become angry and resentful. And you will secretly, subconsciously, unconsciously hold this against him. And one day, 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road, You're going to wake up and go, our relationship sucks. I'm out. I'm going to go now live my dreams. So know that short-term sacrifice does not equal long-term happiness. I'm going to repeat that again. Short-term sacrifice does not lead to long-term happiness. And let me redefine or define what I mean by short-term sacrifice. I do not mean I'm going to sacrifice doing what I want to do today to keep somebody else happy. I mean, by not listening to yourself over and over and over and over again. Short term to me is when we're saying no to ourselves. Oh, I'm just going to wait, till the kids are in school. Then the kids are in school, and then you're like, well, I'm going to wait till they're out of school. I'm going to wait till they move away. Oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm going to do that. Oh, it's just a busy season. We'll wait till the next season. Because oftentimes when we are sacrificing short term, we're then manipulating or maneuvering the reason why we again need to sacrifice something else. So a micro sacrifice of, well, I get it. We're about to have a baby and there's a lot of things going on and a lot of commotion. So I'm going to sign up next fall instead of this fall. That's okay. You're still, listening to your soul desire. But put on your hat of how can I? How can I make this happen? How can we make this happen? And also remember that maybe there's ambitions that he wants to go for that he's never voiced. So opening up this conversation allows both of you to be heard, seen, and understood. But either way, you have to ask yourself, if I don't go for this, am I going to be resentful and regret the decisions I didn't make? Because at the end of the day, you need to be happy with you, and that is ultimately what is going to save your relationship. Okay, ladies, I look forward to getting your Q&As or your Qs for another Wednesday's Q&A. So remember, you can text 313-395-1055 or call in and leave a voicemail. I guess that's what they call it these days. I look forward to hearing it. Talk soon. The world needs more empowered women and mothers who are willing to unlearn everything they've been taught. Women who are courageous enough to feel good and not feel guilty for it. I'm living proof that you can feel alive, energized, and peaceful and put yourself back on your own damn to-do list, all while making an even bigger impact, whether this is in your home or in your environment. Okay, ladies, this is your call to action. I have a sweet, kick-ass bonus for you. So when we open the doors to mastery, we always have encouragement periods. And what this means is during these encouragement period times, we have bonuses for you. You are welcome to join at any point throughout the year, but certain encouragement periods will include certain bonuses. So if you apply before April 8th, 2020 for Mastery or Mastery 2.0 Business, that means you get access to the one-day in-person Speak and Inspire event. So this is going to be an intimate event in Toronto, Ontario. It's happening in June. All of the details will be forwarded to you after or during your intro call. So what you first have to do, if you're interested in coaching through Mastery or Mastery 2.0 Business, or you have no fucking clue what I'm talking about, head on over to heatherchauvin.com/mastery. Your next step is to fill out the application and then book an intro call. That is it. Write down all your questions. You can ask Sasha when you have your intro call. Do you want change? Are you ready to feel in alignment? Whether it's personal or professional or both, we have magic for you. So head on over to heatherchauvin.com/mastery and fill out your application now, because the encouragement period is now open until April 8th. And the bonus is the 1-day Speak and Inspire event. And we are also allowing you to receive the 2019 prices. They will be going up this spring. So, shit or get off the pot, ladies, if you've been thinking about it, but allowing fear to hold you back, get out of your head and back into your body and head on over to heatherchauvin.com/mastery.